You have the opportunity and to be successful to change your approach. The problem happens is that when things become overwhelming or challenging, we start to create patterned responses or habits of thought and behavior that can hold us back in our career and prevent us from being as successful as we need to be. When challenges happen, the mind rebels, wants to keep us safe, keep us in a comfort zone. It starts to delete, distort, and simplify information. And when that happens, it limits our ability to respond effectively. Some of your patterned responses have been developed over a lifetime, and they're very strong. You will have the opportunity to choose and claim your power. You will be able to focus your energy to then steal if you need to. You see, because taking responsibility in our lives means we are able to reject those patterned responses and choose a different response to get a better outcome. I was recently talking to a friend of mine who was complaining that he was losing his home. And he was complaining about the president because he said the current president was not doing enough to help people in this situation, because he had said there's all these economic assistance programs. And I stopped and I said, wait a minute. Did President force you to sign your mortgage? Did the bank force you to sign your mortgage? Of course not. He had chosen to do that. And they didn't force him to stop paying it either. He chose to do that when the value of his home went down and was less than what he owed on it. The fact that he was looking to blame was taking power away, because instead of looking for a solution, he was looking for someone to blame. If you do a Google search for who's to blame, ladies and gentlemen, there is someone responsible for all of your problems. Fast food is responsible for obesity, you know that, right? Cigarette companies are responsible for cancer. When we blame outside influences for our problems, we give away our power to change. Why? Because if our problems are caused by external circumstances, we have no power to change them. So we do nothing, and for some people, that is a very convenient excuse. It enables them to deflect, well, it's not my fault, it's the economy. It's this president's fault. It's my boss's fault. The principle of going out and trading value for the things that we need in life, for giving something to get something. The law of the harvest. The first step in taking responsibility for our lives 100% is to get clear about what's important to you. What do you value? There are guiding principles. They represent our broadest motivations. They are what determines our attitudes and then ultimately our actions. There's a couple of types of values. Number one, there are aspirational values. Healthier, more effective in our careers, whatever that is. One of the things that you might value is your family. And not just the family, but the time that we spend together. My family and my faith are what's most important to me. And more than that, spending time with them, doing the things that are fun, learning and growing, having opportunities to grow, having a career that allows me to be able to help them make great choices in their lives. If you say being healthy is important, do you schedule in your weekly calendar exercise? If you say becoming more effective, if you say your faith and church is important, how much time do you spend studying that, whether it be the scriptures or attending and giving service? If that's important to you. How many people I talk to every day, I'm too busy. I can't exercise. I don't have time to donate or give of my time. You're too busy. It is because you are giving away your power. You are allowing your schedules to be filled up by simple and trivial things that don't matter. And the things that really do matter are passing us by. And as you look back on your life, your weeks, your days, your months, and you have set aside time for the things that are most important to you, you will have a sense of satisfaction that comes from choosing what it is that you want to have done in your life and what you want to do. That's power. And you make that choice. You get to be responsible for what goes on in your life every single day. The more you decide to shoulder responsibility, the more opportunities will come your way. How many of you have heard of the principle, the 90-10 principle? So 10% of life is made up by what happens to us, and 90% is made up by how we choose to respond. The quality of your relationships, your happiness, all come from the thoughts and actions of the person looking back at you in the mirror. So what we say at Rapport Leadership is fail fast, fail often, fail forward. Learn from your mistakes. Move on. Please don't make those mistakes again. Learn from people who can teach you something. Choose your thoughts wisely. Why? You've learned how powerful the subconscious mind, whatever you put into it, will come out in your actions, your thoughts, and behaviors, and create your outcomes. There's a relationship between the problems we face and our thinking. This was said over 55 years ago by a pretty smart individual, Albert Einstein. So here's my question to you. Are you ready to start taking power over your lives? Are you ready to choose the power over your lives and the results that you're going to have in your career, in your personal life? But when you do that, you start to begin to change yourself and learn from those mistakes and take more power back in your life. You have the choice right here between stimulus and response every time. It is a difficult doctrine. Because what does it says? To the results that we're experiencing in our life, whatever they are, we are the cause.